Tommy.
Tommy's
He's great. Just the best.
We love Tommy. Tommy housed me for Battle of BC.
Very nice.
And I got to tell you, that was a very nice experience.
Shout out to Tommy.
They have a very nice shower in their house.
That is
and that was well appreciated.
The best sign of every apartment ever. You need a good shower.
I toured an apartment once, and it was when I was doing like house tours, and it had 2 bathrooms. There was one bathroom that had the normal like standing shower, you know, just the stall. There's another one, standing shower, 2 shower heads on either side.
Oh,
that's a
fancy one.
Like, it's been a big thing recently. I've seen, you know, a lot of people are moving towards that double shower head, especially in like a lot of modern homes.
Yeah.
Can I give a controversial take? I actually really like the bathtub shower combos.
I do too.
I know that that's like a really like standard like basic thing, but when I'm depressed, I like to sit down, like lie down in the bathtub and just until the hot water runs out.
The bathtub in my house doubles as a hot tub. I have sat in there
for... big dollar baller.
I have sat in there for hours on end, just hung over, thinking about nothing, just trying to live. And it's pretty good.
The grand finals commentary experience.
Yes. No double jump. Oh, okay, the Phantasm does get back.
Yes, thank you for being on topic. We are here at grand finals at WGA Reunion, the rematch of JDV and Ludo, who played in winners finals earlier. And you can tell who came out on top because Ludo got sent down by JDV in a heartbreaking end, missed a tech. Definitely coming back with some fire, and yes, indeed, they did play this matchup in winners finals all 5 games.
And we don't see any character counter picks either. We see them running back the same characters. We see Mr. Game & Watch, we see Falco, and we see probably the same stages.
You know why we haven't seen any character counter picks? Because these are the counter picks.
Yes, they are.
They led off with the counter picks, and there is nothing else to be had.
There's nothing else in the tank.
And I love it when matchups between players evolve to that point that neither of them are playing their mains.
God, there's a duo up in Bellingham where it got to the point where they were using like their quad tertiaries. Like at a certain point, like they played each other so much that they were using like their 4th and 5th characters to deal with each other in sets, and it was great.
Reminds me of that Deep Leffen tweet where he's like, I have 17 septenaries and 34 quaternaries you've never heard of. They're all ready to take you down.
I am a practice partner for Pokemon VGC, and that's very much how we play as well. We've seen all the plays that we could have done, and now we just do stuff that makes no sense.
Yeah. I've prepared for Don Dozo now. Can you please pull out a Wo Chien for me?
Exactly. Let me, you know, screw Ferrographs. Give me the Bruxish.
Yeah. Dazzling. Went too low and turned us into a Gregorian chanting monk choir. Unfortunate SD right there. Not something that you see often from a Game & Watch, but Ludo needs every advantage that he can get coming from the loser's bracket. Turned this set around. Was playing really solidly up until literally the final moments, and that just shows the margin between these two players. It is razor thin.
I like the recognition to going for the down throw fair drag down, especially on the floaty character like Game & Watch, where that is actually an option. You get heavies and you get floaties. And so you get that. You get a nice little 50% at 0 combo out of a grab.
You are insane.
Which?
You're spinning. Ludo's insane. You're spinning. Please go on.
No, it's just mostly you don't really get that much unless you're out of a platform with, you know, active hop, up, grab combos. But if I need a kill right here, Ludo has.
Yeah, down tilt catching the.
Let the down tilt go at that. I mean, you have such a great poke tool like that where he does catch below ledge and it does find either a kill or it hits a weird stage spike. Down tilt's a great choice.
Good poke tool.
You know what's great about that visual bit that does not land with the audience but makes us laugh?
We're not even on the camera.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what's funny about that down tilt is that I think that is exactly as safe as hovering off stage going for that down air, because if that down tilt does not connect, Game & Watch has enough frames, you have enough end lag on that move for him to just drop down there. That is a theme with a lot of trying to contest Game & Watch at the ledges. That is just so quick. JDV has chosen Battlefield against Falco.
A bit surprising, actually.
I feel like the last 4 games I have watched have been people counter-picking themselves. Have we reached that stage? Is this the I'm playing my quaternary against your tertiary?
Yeah.
I am going to take you to your best stage. so I don't have to deal with this.
To tilt you. Although, again, we did talk about this last time. It's not awful for JDV because your jungle game as Game & Watch is exceptional on Battlefield.
Yeah, you do get a lot of different options, especially with Nairs, where you just really rack up the percent. And you do kind of have a little bit of space to work around to just kind of keep yourself safe away from Falco's approaches. And I feel like the Phantasm doesn't have as much wiggle room on this stage, where, you know, Ludo was finding a lot of mileage out in prior games, where you have either the platforms to kind of sit on to kind of avoid that, at least the grounded approach.
Nice drift away right there. Yeah, definitely not as many options that you get. You're going to have to just see a lot of these empty short hops because you're not going to really get any opportunities for full hop approaches. Once again, JDV not ready for the punishes.
Oh, yeah.
We are going all the way up. It is so impressive in the moment until you watch it back in the VOD, and you go, that's Falco.
Yeah, it's Falco.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
But look, I like seeing the percents go up high and then kill people. This is where I will differentiate between top players. That's going to show up on like a Yeet Smash in 3 weeks, and then Mars is going to react to it in 3 months. And then he's going to be like, nobody should be popping off of that. It's a Falco combo. But you got to understand that as commentators, I don't care about if it was sick. I care about if it was cool and fast. And there is a difference between cool and sick.
Compare it to what we've been seeing for the past like 3 sets.
You have to understand the bar.
Yeah, the bar is in hell. Maybe not that far, but it's
I get to see something that Chef does every single week, but right now, gourmet. Just like I'm missing Whataburger, right? Like Whataburger's objectively not that crazy, but ain't no fast food up here.
It's home.
Fatburger's pretty good up in Linwood. They got a good Fatburger.
Up in Linwood.
They
I
got
live
one
in
in
Shoreline, and that's still far from me. It's like 20 minutes to get to Linwood.
People that are used to living in cities just are not used to driving. I used to drive 40 minutes.
In Texas. I drove 30 minutes to get everywhere.
I just remember living over in Mill Creek where my parents lived, and all my friends lived in Seattle. And they're like, yeah, come down to Seattle, we'll hang out with you. I'm like, guys, it's just a 30-minute drive. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
Right,
no, I'm
right.
with you there. But if I'm going to get fast food, I want that Whataburger to be, 5, maybe, I'll do 10 minutes.
That's
I'll
true.
do 10 minutes.
That's true.
20 minutes? Look, I have to think about going to Wendy's because there's like a McDonald's near me. Not that that's disgusting. Girl boycotts. Burger King, same thing. There is a Wendy's, but it's over in Northgate. 15 minutes away.
There's an In-N-Out that's going to be in Ridgefield.
Oh, really?
2.5 hours away.
Oh,
but
that's not close.
But it's worth it because it's In-N-Out.
No. But I respect that you have your passions.
I have a good WGA anecdote to tell after this game is over.
Yes, this game is close to over. We should probably keep focused. Great recovery there by Ludo. Looking to turn this into a 2-0 lead, flipping that last set on its head. Now, of course, it's never over. Are we going to do Snickeldorf proud?
Oh, no.
Are we?
Oh, he gets out of there.
That's a bad one. Okay, good. Okay.
Didn't even go for it.
Panicked a little bit. We've all seen that, yeah. Tip of the tail doesn't tip the scales, but JDV dies off the top.
That's a bar.
+2.
Okay. There we
+2
go.
for you, sir.
All right, Kendrick.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Please don't talk anymore.
Right. So the story I was going to tell about In-N-Out Burger, right? We had an annual tradition in the WJ Smash Club where we would take the entire Smash team, all 10 people, down to California for the Collegiate Star League Divisionals.
Okay.
Shout out Max Ketchum.
It's quite a long ways away, and and flying is expensive. So we would drive.
That's crazy.
We would drive from Seattle, leaving at 8 p.m. We'd go all the way down. I think the first time was in like Huntington Beach, which is pretty close to LA. And we did that all in one go. 25 hours, no stop. I mean, stopping to swap out drivers, but no hotels along the way. We stopped at In-N-Out Burger over 3 days, no less than 6 times.
Oh, yeah, no, you would.
Exactly.
I mean, that's... As a Texan, again, I was spoiled. Like, I was like, long road trips, I was like, I don't care that I'm driving 4 hours. I will stop by a Whataburger when I leave Dallas, and along the way, I will stop at Buc-ee's twice.
Yep. And the reason why we stopped at In-N-Out is because I was the one making the itinerary.
Good.
Yep,
Fine.
exactly. And speaking of which, Ludo is certainly making the itinerary for this first set of Grand Finals, and I say first set because there certainly will be a second the way this one is looking. Only 10% taken on that first stock, and it wasn't even like that one was cheesed. It was just solid gameplay.
Oh, a little bit of Foxtrot there.
Once again, up at Battlefield, too.
Oh, Footstool Firebird.
We going up!
Sorry, it's a Footstool Firebird, but it's just 43%, and it's so funny to watch every time.
No, it is worth popping off over because, again, is it sick? Debatable. Is it cool? Yeah! Yeah, is it effective?
I think getting a Footstool combo against Game & Watch of all characters is kind of like, you know
the
what?
fact that you
I
committed
gotta
to that.
applaud that. Yeah, like, you know what? Especially Firebird of all options. Like,
the fact that he left you enough frames to do it. Dude, I remember when everybody was like, dude, Footstool up B is going to revolutionize Wolf.
Did it?
No. Ouch, didn't do it a single time at Battle of BC.
We're in Phantasm range here. We've seen Ludo land kills with it before at this percent. Could see Phantasm back air, Phantasm up air. But
Getting in the right
JDV's
ranges. And, dude, I mean, honestly, JDV's calling him out for not doing that kind of stuff at all. I mean, straight up run up grab as Game & Watch.
The up
Not common.
No. One piece of bacon, but
there you go.
Ludo snipes out with the back air. Okay.
Indeed, Ludo's still up pretty solid down air, and it does not stun on the floor, so that is even bigger combo potential. 61. Again, how did we get here? You know.
Now you see him swinging. He's swinging.
Oh, forward tilt the other way. The bird has been tamed, much like the lion. Nice pivot cancel F tilt to get in there as well. Nothing doing afterwards.
Oh, good.
What was
Weak
that?
drill right there. That's going to be a back air after the Phantasm.
Weak hit.
You think about it, Reflector's kind of just like a funny tether.
What?
Okay.
It does function like a Zera. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, but the Lion Tamer once again. We will get to see JDV refuse to channel the spirit of Snickledorf. We will not be seeing any attempted 9s because JDV believes in himself. That's the important part.
Pure fundies player. He doesn't need those gimmicks. He doesn't need the cheese. He can do it all with his brain.
Let us recall that he is playing Game & Watch right now.
This is true.
Let's halt a bit, Cowboy.
He's also like the profound user of the spell.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to set 2.
Set number 2. There will be one more and only one more.
Thank God. I only got this room till 11.
What time is it?
It's 10:25.
We've been here for some time.
Yeah.
It's 10:25.
WGA reunion been on the air for some time. That's why I'm confused.
Can you yell at people to start packing up monitors or something?
I'll have Colin do it at 15.
Did you say it was 25? Oh, 15 before.
Yeah, 15 before. Yeah.
I was like, you better get moving.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, can 5 games of Falco Game & Watch take 35 minutes?
All but Losers Finals has been five games.
Of
and
course
that
it
was
has.
4 games.
JoJo Ludo was 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
is that
okay,
JoJo Ludo is 4, everything else was 5
I
thus
misheard.
far.
I misheard.
Once again, look, we only got the top 4 for this block, but we are maxing.
Well, hey, the last time we were at this venue running the tournament, we got booted. And you know what? I hope it doesn't happen, but it could.
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
That would be a true WGA classic.
That would be.
Getting kicked out of the venue because we ran too far over time, and then having, you know, Pokepen play somebody on the second floor of the hub for 30 minutes.
Hall, which we can't go to because they tore it down.
Oh, you're alive.
Alive. Not dead. Oh.
That would be the best way to bring it all back. What better way to bring back memories?
Exactly.
Nobody could convince me that a Shockwave could be a reunion unless I am stuck there until 3 a.m. and we have to run pools for our local. And it is the sweatiest, hottest thing you've ever heard.
That was how the last Orbitar was. I mean, Orbitar typically ended at 1:30 in the morning, and the last Orbitar, 100, ended at 1:30 in the morning.
Yep. Mm-hmm. The nostalgia. And then I would, for whatever reason, eat a triple cheeseburger afterwards.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I get it.
Shoutouts to Whataburger.
I remember after I ran Port 4, everyone left my house at like 3:30 in the morning. I ordered pad thai, ate the whole thing, went to bed.
Okay, once again, using that downbeat like you were talking about earlier, like a Zare, but getting right back to the stage. Not quite so easy for the DI mix-up with the up air, but could not turn it around. JDV recognized it was only going to be that front hit, so staying alive at 113. Again, JDV's able to turn this around. Oh, baby. We could be in it.
Keeps getting these phantasms, but not getting anything out of it right now. Getting like the weird little spike hitboxes where you can't capitalize.
That was something we saw in the first set from Ray, but the last set and this set, we have not seen as many phantasm conversions as we did in the past. I don't think JDV is being as... He's been aware of that option now for some time.
I mean, I think that literally after that first game in the winner's final set, we saw a lot of JDV just kind of running back to that phantasm distance and covering it, and that has more or less completely eliminated it from Ludo's game plan.
Well, as we say that,
I'll leave it to you.
Commentator's curse. Classic happens to all of us. And we see another phantasm.
Don't I know
it?
it?
Oh, wow. Cal's out the option right there with the dare. Getting a really strong punish out of this. That's a fair drag down. That's going to be
good.
Past the laser.
Gave him the air dodge, but went with the back air and not the down air.
Of all characters, of course, Game & Watch has to be one of the ones who can get out of the up throw laser that early.
Yeah. No conversions, even though like every other character would just be dead.
Yep, especially
Speaking
after getting that platform. Oh, wow, gets back.
I thought for sure that that was going to be free, but no offstage shenanigans here.
Okay, that's going to be a little turtle friend sending Ludo off stage. Okay, I like the coverage of the platform right there. You know, Ludo's been doing a lot of choices to kind of opt to get to that platform in particular. But JDV's doing a great job of covering it, keeping Ludo stuffed on out, but good job finding the grab right there. Ludo has the stage, has the edge guard right now. Okay, off for that dare right there.
I wonder if Ludo wouldn't be able to hunt for a bit more of the ledge trappy stuff just because we haven't seen JDV do a lot of up B to the ledge and then instant nair off of it.
Yeah.
Sort of has not been part of the game plan. I wonder if that is in the cards for later in the set, if that's something that maybe Ludo's trying to hold on to. I feel like right now would be the time to pull the trigger given you're in the last set.
Yeah, I mean, we saw like one, I feel like with the way that Ludo's been playing around the ledge, tried only like one ledge trump attempt earlier on in the set.
Yeah. Ledge trump could also be another one too, for sure.
I could see, like, with the way that Ludo's been making JDV play, like, patiently around the ledge, that it could opt for something, get, like, maybe early back. There's no way that they're killed already.
DI mix-up again. If you get hit by that back hit of that up air, it will cross you up into sending you to the right, whereas if you get hit by the front, you're going to have to get hit to the left a little bit more. JDV was not ready for the directions, so Ludo continuing to roll with 4 straight games.
Game & Watch is what, the second lightest character in the game? The first lightest?
Yeah, the third lightest.
Third
because
lightest.
Pichu, Jigglypuff, Game & Watch.
Right, yeah.
Unless
I mean,
Fox is third?
No.
No, Fox is kind of, he's
Fox
built.
is close.
Yeah, yeah.
He's close, yeah.
He's, like, tied with
I think it is Game & Watch at third.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody in the Twitch chat or the comments, get in there. You know, tell us that we're wrong. I know Pichu and Puff. All right, small battlefield now.
Okay.
We are lopping off that top platform. No more of that, please.
Okay, gets a turnaround.
Oh, another big combo coming out from Ludo.
That was a dominant, quick 25 seconds right there.
I was about to say, is 25 seconds the fastest stock that's ever been taken up here, or has Mystery Soul gotten the revenge into a side B one time? Like,
I think we've seen a sub 10 second for Mystery Soul.
Okay. That would make sense. I've seen plenty of that from Mystery Soul in the other game.
I got a 7-second one once.
I believe you.
I got a suicide off of the Town and City platform. It was amazing.
I believe you.
That's the highlight of my life.
And speaking of highlights, these two players will be looking to create some new ones here. Ludo up 1-0. Goes above the leg.
Yeah.
Poor decision, my friend. Shout outs to 86. I've got 2 of the light novels in my backpack right now.
This is Phantasm range, but JDV, again, as you had mentioned, staying out of range of that last hit, and now aware of that option, making sure to not get hit by that kill confirm.
I'm wondering, we haven't seen Ludo do any of the wall jump into the side B, which can be a good timing mix-up as well, and also a spacing mix-up, because depending on how soon you press that side B after the wall jump from the ledge right there, you can go a little bit shorter into the stage as well.
I just love that it's collective Falco brain that everybody likes to put Phantasm off the ledge.
There it is.
Because it's a good option, you know? It's a difficult thing to deal with if you're not used to it. JDV not looking as experienced as one would hope in this situation. The Game & Watch has been taking a beating, but has been quite tenacious, has gotten back into games pretty quickly. Let that up B fly a little bit too quickly, though. Back to juggling. Falco at the ledge, but never mind. We out.
Throwing out some lasers, has space, has a stock lead. You know, Ludo's not trying to wholly sacrifice a whole lot of space here or take too many risks, but JDV does find opening anyways. Good down tilt usage right there. Been using it very, very well so far. Good parry, gets the down air to get the good punish out of that. Get a little bit of extra percent. That's an untechable key.
Oh, and maybe that's why we haven't been seeing the wall jump, because literally the first time that Ludo goes for that, JDV immediately ready to go for that down air and does result in an untechable at that high percent. There we see, okay, so we are incorporating the wall jumps now, trying to go for drag off nair, which could be setting off for a very nasty edge guard. Did get the spike hitbox.
Oh, good.
Great parry.
Still in the lead. Jeez, Ludo. One game away from sending us home before the venue closes.
I noticed that the subtitle, will we get out before 11?
Fantastic question.
It's looking likely. It's looking likely.
I've been thinking about that video way too much. It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
All right.
Say that again.
This could be the last game for WGA Reunion, the 10th anniversary of WGA right here, right now. We got JDV, and we have Ludo, who may as well be WGA with how much that he showed up over the years.
General, this could potentially be the last game of WGA Reunion. How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel really old.
Just this being the last game? Dang.
I mean, I'm thinking like, okay, the next one will be 20 years. I'll be like 38.
Yeah.
I might have like, I don't know. I don't know what I'll be doing in 10 years. I don't know how to feel. You know when they talk about like professional athletes and they're like, oh, he's like so washed, he's old. That's like 35.
Yeah, they're like 30. Yeah, you're like, dude, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like, it's a miracle. LeBron James is 40 and he's playing, and you're like, bro. You know, people who have kids at that age.
Exactly.
Absolutely nutty stuff. But Ludo says, look, if this Falco wants to become victorious, the best way to do it is to do it quickly and earlier. Saying 2035 may be in the cards for everyone else, but JDV will still be fighting to the last breath.
We do see the wall jumps coming into play more. We do see JDV becoming more aware of the phantasms.
Ludo's doing a much better job of punishing these smash attacks as well, though. There we see the Phantasm again. JDV is just even getting into position, not ready for it.
We got to get like a Phantasm. We got to watch this back at a Phantasm counter on this. How many kills has he gotten with Phantasm over the course of these 3 sets?
Need to go into training mode, and the same thing you do in Street Fighter. It's like, how do you get used to reacting to DI? How do you not become James Chen? Well, you just got to kind of sit there, wait for it to pop.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, here we go.
Drag down there, gets another extension.
Good roll, good tech roll away.
If only Falco had Ferb's tech.
Ooh. Still a little slow. No funny side B.
2 stocks to 2. That's not gonna quite do it, but we are off stage.
Tries to wait out the drop down there. Okay, one more side B for the road.
A little too slow on the reaction from Ludo to make that conversion.
JDV still going through the motions with these combos, but just not capitalizing them to the point that they need to be. And part of it is where you end that combo with the nair. Where you are in relation to your opponent when you use that nair will affect where they get launched, where you can follow them with your drift, and whether or not you can react to that DI with that up air, which is another part of that juggle. That's what separates the great Game & Watches from the good ones. And right now, JDV looking simply like a good one, because Ludo is just one game away from taking WGA Reunion. And we see once again lots of big combo starters with the down airs to make it look even more apparent.
Nails the parry though for the first time of that Phantasm.
Get much of a punish. Sometimes you just gotta approach with the fair like that.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta let it rip.
Sometimes you just gotta
make your
do it.
opponent deal with the bomb.
But
if I were JDV in this situation, this is the one time that I'd be like, all right,
I love the
I got nothing to lose.
Snickledorf tribute incoming.
It's time to do the Snickledorf tribute. Just press the side B button. That's also my thought in most situations, but
not quite enough. Oh! Caught him lacking with that up air.
Oh.
Gentlemen, it ends with 2 consecutive 3-0s from Ludo's Falco, and he's up there doing the robot.
I gotta get him. Let's do it.
Is he calling him a bot?
I don't.
No, he wouldn't do that. Like,
I think he's just doing a little bird dance.
Just doing a little Falco.
A little pheasant dance.
It's Ludo!
Yeah.
Yay!
I remember when you were 15 years old and now you're here.
All right, bud.
That's a Ludo! Alright. We have this room until 11. So let's probably start.
So we have just enough time for Gyromite to get in one monologue before it ends.
It's his favorite thing to do.
Just enough.
Wouldn't be a reunion without a Gyromite monologue. He's saying words all right. Sorry about that, y'all.
Oh, hello, welcome back.
Oh, okay. That was fun.
That was a great time.
I had a great time.
Hey,
Well done.
thanks for having me.
It was
Thank you for
wonderful.
You
coming.
guys put on a wonderful tournament.
I am very glad you were here because if we're just Kyle and I, we would just be making noises and like laughing.
It would devolve.
You kept us on track.
I gotta say, Kyle was the one getting us back on track. I kept talking about how big the holes you were digging were going deep.
Scott loves to dig them.
yeah.
I dig plenty of holes and I don't need any help doing it, as I said before. But
He's not even a dwarf.
a hole that I did not dig.
Diggy,
It's the
hole.
Yogg's
You
cast
both
reference?
caught the Yogg's cast.
Yo!
That is crazy.
A hole that I did not
we
dig.
are a little. We are of the.
We are of the age.
a little older, I
Yeah.
guess.
A hole that I did not dig was the WGA Smash Club. A great shout out to everyone that has came out to club over the years. You know, when I'll say a few words here as the founder of, it's not on my shirt, but as the founder of Smash Club, right? Well, I started this 10 years ago in 2015. It was just a small, 5 or 6 people coming together in an apartment every Tuesday. And it was a great way for us to get better at the game. And we just kept it going, and we thought, we're getting better at the game. How do we help other people get better at the game? And thus, WGA was born, and thus, it continues. 10 years of WGA Reunion. We've hosted many locals. We've hosted many regionals. We've hosted 8 port priorities.
And a 9th.
And a
Coming up.
9th.
Incoming.
Coming in 2025.
Incoming.
We've run out of theoretical ports that can be used in the Smash game.
Yeah, we got to start modding the Switch. Pesky Nintendo license getting in the way.
Oh, we don't do that.
But,
We're too close to Redmond.
we are. Yeah, we are. Bill Trinan follows me on Twitter.
Shoutouts to Bill Trinan,
Shout-outs to
unironically.
Bill. Yep. But
Nice guy.
Unironically.
really, really great to have everybody here. A lot of faces that, I don't think that I would have seen I haven't seen in a long, long time. I mean, Pyries, I haven't seen that guy since 2018?
Yeah.
2019?
So well.
Some of the old Smash 4 head, RCS Jr., that guy came to Orbitar 3. These are really, really old names, really, really historical people within the scene. And, regardless of if this is a celebration of WJ or not, which it is, but just great to see so many people in the same room after so many years all together again. Isn't that right? That's what it's all about.
That is what it's all
It
about.
is.
It's about coming out here, hanging out with the homies. I gotta say, I'm not gonna call people old anymore. I'm gonna call them historical. That's gonna be something that enters my lexicon from now on.
I mean,
My father, a historical individual.
very legacy, very tenured,
Tenured.
Tenured in the ways of
Tenured is a good one.
But
and appropriate given the room that we're in.
exactly. all things considered, I'm very glad we got to do this because we end this one on a good note, right? The last one, we were getting kicked out. We were scrambling over. There were cops in the building. We had people tweeting, did Gyromite get arrested? And
Yes.
I should have, let's be honest. There's a lot of times did I tell you about the time I almost got arrested? Oh, it was my fake ID thing. I'll tell you later. But, oh yeah, you were there. It's good to end this on a good note, right?
18 minutes, Mr. Might.
No,
Mr. Might.
Mr. Might. Oh, that's a good. I'm gonna have people call me that
No.
one now.
It's better than the
17 minutes,
alternatives,
Mr. Might.
actually. It's better than the alternatives of what he wants us to call him. But I'll take Mr. Might.
Yeah, but so good. You know, no chaos. Everyone had a good time, and you know, we'll do one another 10 years. WGA 20th anniversary reunion.
Mark your calendars and forget what that means in 2035.
2035, May 3rd. That's probably like a Thursday or something.
But you've committed to it now.
But
It's
I've
already
committed
been
to it.
announced. Pull up the graphic.
It's already there. We got the 20th anniversary reunion coming. It's going to be great, and I'm sure the next 10 years of Club will be just as good as the last 10 years of Club. So, on that note, I think that's a great note to end it off on. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for coming to WGA events over the many, many years. And we hope to see you again at one of our future events in the next many, many years. Anything you guys would like to sign off with?
Thank you for having me. Again, to this end of things, I feel unqualified to speak as somebody who was not here for the last 10 years of PNW Smash, of WJ Smash, of the Smash Club here at UW. Although my sister did go here, she didn't play Smash, but I've got a little bit of a Husky linkage. But
There we go.
and then I'm not just talking about the fact that I'm fat, but again, thank you so much for having me. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to the next time.
You know, thank you so much for creating WGA and giving so many people a great place to grow into some amazing people.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Yeah, and that's the last time you'll ever hear something that
Give
nice.
me a kiss.
No. Freak. That's it. WG signing off. Congratulations to Ludo for winning the reunion. But
All right.
that's everybody.
That's everybody. I think we got one more tradition to wrap it up.
Oh, no.
The 20-minute Gyromite monologue that gets us kicked out and the cops arrive.
That's not the one.
That's not the one.
Bring us home, Lyra.
Bring us home. Let's roll.